Hi guys. So this week was a little rough. Uh, every time I'm a little bit more stressed, I don't know if you know a little bit of chronic pain disease. Every time you're stressed, it goes right into your pain zone because emotional and pain is right beside. Sometimes it will touch each other because you're too anxious or stressed about stuff. So this week was really, really hard because with the grieving and all and accepting that the IUI failed, uh, my pains were getting higher. So it was really hard this week, and I had a meltdown. I think it was yesterday or the day before. See, I'm not even good with dates. So anyway, so I think it was yesterday. I had a meltdown because I felt like I was feeling like a burden for my DH. Not that he was putting that feeling on me, but I was actually putting that emotion on myself because I feel like I can't do much in the house. I can't even give him a family. And I know that everything worked for him, the supplements and all now, like the issues that we had with his sperm is all cleared. And now I'm still here with all the medical treatments we had, and still nothing has worked for me. So I feel like I'm a burden. Like I can't work. I'm at home. I can't do much. I need him for driving me around to my medical appointments. And I know he's fed up about that. Like he's complaining, but not like fed up that he wants me to leave. But like sometimes it can be tiring because he would like for me to just get the car keys and just drive around and do my own stuff, but then I can't because I'm too much on painkillers, medication, so I can't really drive alone because I'm a risk for the society. Let me tell you, like I'm on morphine, and that means I can't really drive. And like if I have like a major pain coming on, like because it's a roller coaster each day, so my pain goes up and down, up and down, and up and down, and the least amount of pain that I have is like 5 out of 10, and then it goes up to 10. So if I would be driving and then my pain will get higher, I would be a danger because I would lose concentration on the road and actually be not good for people. Like, not good for myself, not good for the people around. And like even my doctor told me that I can't drive until I can control my pain, which is pretty like nonsense because how can you control your pain? So anyways, so I felt like I couldn't give anything to my DH. And then I know that we started to talk to his family last year again, but we went no contact with them for a period of years. And then we started to talk with them. We still have a limited contact with his mother, but we're trying to get back on track with his sister and making it work because family's family, and they've accepted our boundaries and we accepted that they will never change. So, we're trying to make it work because we want them to be part of our lives and we want to be part of their lives too. And we just want to have a healthy family union. So I feel like I can't do much at home. I can't give him a family, and then I can't be fully in love with his family, And even though I tried my best, they've hurt me so much in the past. There's something that broke, and I feel like, and I asked him, I'm like, what am I giving you? Like, there's nothing good for me for you. Like, I'm a burden, and he's so nice because he told me like, you don't have to feel that way because for him he doesn't feel like that. But then again, I feel that's how I feel, and he's so nice and he's trying to reassure me, and that's why I had a meltdown because for me I feel like it's one other issue that I can't change anything, that I can't control, that I can't fix, and I'm a fixer. I've always been a fixer, and we always say that men are the fixer, and in our relationship, I've always had the one dealing with the hard stuff. I've always been the one doing that, and he was always part of him had denials and all. Like, so we had the opposite of normal relationship. And I know that a lot of people are like me, so I've always had the man uh, image of myself, you know, the one who takes care of everything, the one who's like making sure that I protect our country, you know, like, because for me, like, a relationship, it's like a country. You got to protect your country from whatever is toxicity can go into it and destroy it, and then build something strong from the inside. So I've always been the one who, like, kind of like felt like I'm holding the fort. And now, since I've started with my chronic disease and now infertility and now family and all, like, I feel like worthless. Like, I feel like I couldn't give him what at least a family that he deserves, because like he's such a wonderful man. Like, for me, he's my world. We had our ups and downs like anyone else, but I feel like we are so much stronger, and that is part from our struggles. I know that it brought us closer. We have communications that is like, wow, super nice, and we've known each other for like 20 years, so we were best friends for so long before dating, and then it's my high school sweetheart. So I feel like, you know, I want to give him the world, but I can't, because the world is not helping me. So that's why I had my meltdown, and now I'm okay like today, because I realized that I don't want to do the pity party or anything, because it doesn't make sense. But I feel like he deserves to be a father. He deserves to be not having so much of a burden on him. Like, I feel I'm a woman who likes to be fair with everyone, and I believe in equality in relationships, and I believe that we are a team and all. So I feel like I'm not doing my part as much as I would like to, and it's not that I don't want to. And when I try to do my part, more in the house, or take care of all the things that I can, and then, well, then my pain are getting so high that I have to lay on the couch for a few days after that. So I feel like it sucks. We can't do any sports, because if I want to do sports, well, it's too much on my pain. I want to enjoy sports with him, because I know he's like, he loves sports, and he would like to do snowboards and all, and I want him to enjoy life. I feel like I was a burden, and I feel like, you know, he's young, and we're living like we're an old couple who can't do much, and that's not fair for him. So that's why I had my meltdown, and it's really hard when you have those meltdowns, because I feel like every time you grieve, you have one of those moments where you feel like you're worthless, and it's part of the roller coaster of your struggle, you know. And I truly wish I know how to deal with that little part of my grieving process, because he doesn't know what to tell me. Like, he tells me like, no, it's not that, like, you're not a burden, no. But then again, it's not fair to him, because it is my emotional state, and he hasn't caused that. He hasn't caused me to feel insecure or anything. Like, he told me so many times that we were made to live with each other for so long, and we do, you know, some people take each other for granted, and we don't. Every day I feel like I'm blessed, and every morning I'm gonna pray to God and be grateful. I have a thing that I do every day. I pray to God, and I'm grateful at least for 3 things that I had in life, to always remind myself that even though I don't have what I'm begging to have right now, healthy life, and healthy pregnancy, and a future babies, and a big family, you know, even though it's not happening, I'm still blessed for so many reasons, and I want to keep my focus, and I want to not forget that. So I'm going to try tonight. I'm going to see my family. So I'm going to see the kids, of course. I'm going to try to not be jealous, because, you know, when you grieve, there's all sorts of emotion, and it's only been a week. So I don't want to be like, oh, I'm jealous of all of you guys, you know, because it's not fair, you know. And so I might isolate myself a little bit, and I might talk to my grandma a little bit more than usual. As for the rest, for the symptoms and all, I had crampings for the major part of the week, which means I'm probably gonna have cysts. Because last time that happened, I had way big cysts, and it was really painful. And that's gonna be for my next AF, so I'm pretty worried about that. Um, and I last time it happened, I was so scared because there was so much blood, and I couldn't, like, a pad wasn't enough. Nothing would do. I just had to sit on the toilet and not do much because the blood was just like out of myself and with huge clots. I'm sorry, too much information. So anyways, I wish you the best. And remember, even though we have meltdowns, even though we're grieving, even though it's hard, eventually we're gonna be back to being okay and want to fighting this. It's just moments in life where you feel like it's not happening and it's kind of disappointing, and it's normal, and that's just part of your cycle. And don't feel as if you gotta be all happy all the time, because that's not true. You're dealing with infertility. You're dealing with something that's pretty intense that a lot of people do not understand, and you get those mean comments all the time. And then it's not like you can't escape the world, because you go out, you're gonna see bumps everywhere, you're gonna see kids everywhere, you're gonna see big family everywhere. And even though it's not you're not trying for your first, you're still gonna envy the rest of the world. So there's no way to hide from it. So it's pretty hard. So there's always gonna be ups and downs. And what I do when I have like low moments, I'm painting. So I'm gonna show you this a little bit. Wait. I'm surprised my cat didn't show up. So you remember, like I told you that my nursery, I was doing it. So I'm still like in the process of finishing some tiny projects that I could before spring. So I did my little painting. I don't know if you know VeggieTales. I was a big fan of that show when I was a kid. I know they did it again, but it's not the same thing. The theme song is different. The silly songs are not the same. So I made this little painting, and it's gonna be on the wall because I want to make it all art wall above the cribs. I'm saying the cribs because in my head I'm gonna have either twins or triplets, because I don't want to go through that again. So I'm really hoping that we're gonna have twins or triplets, because I know it's dangerous for the health risk and all, and I get that, but part of me is like, I understand the risk, and the other side of me tells me I don't want to go through that process of trigger shots, injections, hormones and all, because it is so intense. I don't want to go back to IUIs and IVFs. I don't want to do that again. So once we have our family, we're done. So I really hope I'm gonna have my 3 kids or 2. So that's why I'm hoping we're gonna have twins, at least twins, and so that we could actually have cribs. So anyway, so I made this one, and I made another one, and it still goes with my stars, space, VeggieTales theme that I'm going for. So I can't wait to paint the room. Anyways, I wish you the best, and as always, remember that we're all in this together. We're all sisters in this, and even though we don't have supportive friends all around us, we're here for each other. And since we're better at understanding what we're going through, I think we're best friends in a way, So best of luck, baby dust, best of luck, and best wishes. I'm praying for you. Bye-bye.